What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about how to use the trap bar to increase your jump height. This is one of my favorite pieces of exercise equipment to work on jump height with my athletes. So I want to run you through one of my favorite methods to do so. So before we get into it, if you guys enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We post new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays, so make sure you subscribe to catch all of them. Hope you guys like it. All right guys, so one of my favorite methods for increasing your jump height with a trap bar, it's going to be kind of like contrast complex training, sort of French contrasty. However, it's only with 3 movements. So if you guys watch our channel, you know how much I love contrast complex training, French contrast, that is like the bee's knees. Essentially, we're doing something super similar. So the first part of the trap bar that I would love to do is something super heavy, right? So we have a couple options here. We can just do a heavy movement, right? Load it up, just get a couple reps. Everything stays nice and tight. Hit a couple reps there. Another option for heavy is not going super heavy in load, but adding an eccentric and isometric tempo, right? So slow and controlled down, hold it at the bottom, and then we come up, right? So doing something like that really works to get everything fired up, stimulate everything, activate everything, get everything working as one. Synchronization is super important, everything firing at once. That's a great way to do it. A third option would be overcoming isometrics. So essentially it's similar to adding a tempo. However, overcoming isometrics is basically loading it up so heavy that you can't move it, okay? So it's trying to move an unmovable object. So you've seen us do this before. We'll load up that trap bar. You're in this position and you're just pulling as hard as you possibly can, but you can't move it because it's too heavy. So that is an amazing option when it comes to lifting heavy without actually having to lift a heavy load, because you're putting everything into it, contracting as hard as possible, but you don't really have the load of moving. Another thing that's really important when it comes to this stuff is make sure your angles are accounted for. So when it comes to jumping, right, you have to look at the angles at which you jump. So we're here, we jump out of this angle, right? So you want strength in all ranges of motion, especially for injury prevention. But if you are just working on like building your vertical jump, that is your one goal, then to be honest, in my opinion, it doesn't really matter what you can do here when you're trying to produce force fast right here, right? Like I said, this is only if your goal is one to just ultimately get a high jump, right? For athletes, I don't think it's the best approach. You need to be strong, different ranges of motion. Sports are in all ranges of motion. So you have to be able to handle the force. However, if you're just trying to get that jump, then dude, just work, boom, this angle right here. Find the bottom of your jump point, film it, find it. All right, I'm at this angle, I'm at this angle, I'm here. Find where you jump out of, and you are just gonna build strength in that angle. So you might have to prop it up. Those are the 3 options for the heavy portion. After that, we're gonna lighten it up a little bit, and we're just gonna produce force fast. So force produced fast is power, right? As fast as you can move that load, that's what power is gonna be. Some of my favorite options here, usually the main one that I do is a speed pull. So you kind of lighten up the load a little bit, you reset every time you're right here, find your jump angle as fast as you can, boom. You stand up so aggressively, it pushes you up onto your toes, reset. Try not to shrug, right? We don't really want to use our traps to do it, right? Just everything as fast as you can. That is the ultimate goal. You can track it too. If you feel like your speed is slowing down, if you have some software that can track it, most people don't, you can just get someone to watch. If it's like, all right, dude, you're slowing down, either lock it in or maybe you drop the load a little bit. The goal here is not going high load. It's going a load that is heavy-ish, but you can move it fast. The ultimate goal is how fast can you move that load, okay? Real quick, forgot to mention another option for doing the second movement, so something more powerful. If you don't want to do a speed pull, it's just doing a moderate load as fast as you can. So you're here, down, up, kind of like a pulse, but more of that quarter rep range. Actively pull yourself down, stand up as fast as you can. Get really good at turning your muscles on and off, right? Boom, 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 as fast as you can. Shutting off a muscle and turning it back on, essentially, like that's just what I'm calling it, is super important for sports. So that's a great option to do if you don't want to do a speed pull or if you need another option. After that, I like to do something just purely explosive. So maybe we take the trap bar, we have no weight on it whatsoever. We start here, we drop and we just jump and we do trap bar jumps, okay, holding that load. So it's a loaded movement, however, it's super light. We produce power that way. Another option is gonna be similar. You're holding the trap bar, you jump and then you release the trap bar and you do a body weight jump out of it. That's kind of that more complex training style, right? Going loaded to unloaded in that more dynamic plyometric. So those are amazing options that you can do to increase your jump height with the trap bar. Hitting something heavy, something a little bit more powerful, and then something explosive. Just make sure you work those jump angles. There's so many other things that go into jumping height, right? If you just hit the trap bar, you know, you probably will increase your jump height because of the nature of the movement, the way it works, everything about it. However, so many other things go into it. Plyometrics, all the tendon health, the tendon strength, the mobility, the extensibility, the foot ankle strength go into it as well. But that's one of the beauties of things with a trap bar, like for example, the speed pull, right? As we go up, boom, we get all that power, all that force running through our ankles, through our feet. So we have to be really good and efficient at having the force go through here into the ground, reabsorb it back. That's a big part of jumping, big part of sports, is being able to have that power transfer through the ankles, have them strong to withstand that, boom, bring the power back, explode up into that trap bar. So hopefully that helps. If you guys have questions, comment down below, videos you wanna see in the future. If you got a trap bar, highly recommend using it for all things. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that.